Most people believe they are tired because they have walked too far. But that's not the truth. They are tired because what they carry is heavier than the road itself. Early June, Montana. Doug, 49 years old, drove his old pickup truck along a long, empty highway. The sky stretched wide and endless above him. On the passenger seat sat an urn, secured carefully with a seatbelt, as if it was still alive. The urn was light. But to Doug, it felt like the entire truck was struggling under its weight. 2 years ago, his son Colin died. A random shooting. A supermarket parking lot. No warning, no reason. 18 years old. After that day, everything collapsed. His marriage didn't explode, it quietly fell apart. His wife Linda left without anger, without blame. Just silence. She could no longer carry the grief they shared. Doug didn't blame her, but he couldn't understand how the world kept moving, how people laughed, how cars passed by, how mornings still came. He had been a firefighter for 20 years. He had saved countless lives, but not the one that mattered most. Every alarm bell after that sounded different. Every emergency call echoed with one question. What if I had been there? Eventually, he quit. Not because he was tired of the job, but because he was tired of surviving. Now, he was heading north, toward a small cabin near Glacier National Park, a place his father once owned. He didn't know what he would do there. Scatter the ashes. Or maybe just sit in silence. Halfway there, the truck broke down. No signal. No houses, just wind and distance. Doug stepped out, kicked the tire, then sat on the hood. He stared at the mountains far away, his eyes dry from the wind. From his pocket, he pulled out a photo. Colin, smiling, holding a basketball trophy. Doug looked at that photo every day. Like medicine. Truck trouble. Doug looked up. An old man stood there, holding a horse. He seemed to appear out of nowhere. His face was weathered, but his eyes were clear and steady. Probably the alternator, Doug said. Do you have a phone? The old man shook his head. Nearest one is far. But there's a ranch a few miles ahead. I can walk you there. Doug hesitated. Then he grabbed a backpack. Carefully, he placed the urn inside. He strapped it to his chest. The old man noticed but said nothing. They began walking. Silence filled the space between them, broken only by the soft rhythm of the horse's steps. After a while, the old man spoke. You're carrying something heavy. Doug said nothing. I've seen many people on this road, the old man continued. Some carry bags, some carry boxes, but most carry things you can't see. Doug stopped. What do you mean? The old man turned. The way you walk. It's like you're carrying a mountain. Doug swallowed hard. That's my son. The old man nodded gently. So he's still with you? He's gone. Yes, the old man said softly. But you're still carrying him. They sat under a dead tree. The old man handed Doug a canteen. I had a son too, he said. 16. He died by the river. An accident. Doug didn't drink. He just listened. For 2 years, I sat by that river every day, thinking, what if I had done something different? Doug nodded. He understood those thoughts. One day, I came home, the old man continued, and I saw my wife baking bread. She was humming a song we loved. He smiled faintly. She didn't forget our son. She just chose to keep living. Doug looked down. What did you do? He asked. A chaise, how I carried him, the old man said. I kept him in my heart, not on my shoulders. Doug stared at the ground. The words cut deep. Do you know why a horse can carry someone so far? The old man asked. Because it's strong. The old man shook his head. Because it doesn't think about the weight. It just walks. Doug was silent. I used to save people, Doug said after a long pause. But I couldn't save him, his voice cracked. Sometimes, I think I don't deserve to be alive. The wind carried his words away. The old man didn't argue. Instead, he reached into his pouch and pulled out a smooth stone. I've carried this for 20 years, he said. Sometimes I forget it's there. Sometimes it hurts. He placed it in Doug's hand. But it reminds me. I'm still walking. Doug held the stone tightly. Your son wouldn't want you to carry him like this, the old man said. He would want you to keep going. Tears finally came. After 2 years, they finally came. I don't know how, Doug whispered. It's not about letting go, the old man said. It's about carrying differently. Doug opened his backpack. He took out the urn. 18 years of life. Reduced to ashes. Memories flooded back. A small boy on his shoulders, a teenager laughing. A voice saying, Dad! But this time, the memories didn't crush him. He placed the urn back into the bag, and instead of strapping it to his chest, he moved it to his back. Lighter, the old man asked. Doug took a breath. Lighter. They continued walking at the ranch. The old man helped him call for help. What's your name? Doug asked. Thank you, Joe smiled. Next time you see someone carrying something heavy, you help them too. When the tow truck arrived, Doug looked back. Joe was already walking away. No, goodbye. Just moving forward. Doug drove again. But this time, something had changed. He stopped near the dead tree. He took the stone and placed it by the roadside. Under it, he left a note. If you're carrying something heavy too, I rest ya. Didn't throw away the ashes. He decided to go home. To a grove of oak trees where Colin used to play. He would scatter them there, then he would visit Linda. Not to fix the past, but to say one simple thing. I'm walking again. The engine HUMMED. The radio came alive. A song played. Doug didn't change it. He turned it up. He let the wind pass through his fingers. The road was still long. But this time, he wasn't carrying the weight on his shoulders. Because life doesn't change in explosions. It changes quietly, like putting down a stone. Like hearing a truth you've always known. You can carry the past with you. But you don't have to let it block your way. And if you are walking right now, with a mountain on your back, remember this, the mountain won't disappear. But you can choose where to place it. You can still walk forward.